Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CryptoBoys podcast. Glad to be here tonight. Very special episode we put together for you. It's been a massive week. Cal closed a major fucking deal. So before we get into the show, I want to give Cal the stage to explain what we have coming for you. Cal, take it away.
Yeah, thanks for it. So, we want to be a podcast for the people. We all live here in Kenosha. Obviously, we're going to start here in Kenosha, and we're going to start to branch out to, bigger cities, bigger states, possibly even bigger countries. So we wanted to lock in a great sponsorship for the people. So our number one sponsorship that came at us, Clubhouse Bar and Grill, arguably the biggest bar/club here in Kenosha County. All you have to do is show them that you are subscribed to the CryptoBoys on YouTube, and you get your first drink free. First drink free at the Clubhouse Bar and Grill. Special thank you to Carson for hooking us up for this great sponsorship.
Huge.
Thank you. Back to you, Warren.
Huge. Yeah, Cal's a killer, obviously. So he's a closer. Got that. Thank you, Carson. Thank you, Clubhouse.
And thank you guys.
Yeah, no, and thank you guys. Seriously. So we're always going to be trying to push for you. That's our number one objective here, right? You guys watch us and you take the time to comment, subscribe, whatever. So we're going to always give back. But now let's get into the show. So we're switching things up a little bit today. We have a game show coming at you. I'm going to ask these gentlemen, Ty Harper, Cal Rorman, John Leone, a list of questions that me and the executive manager, AJ, put together. They don't know anything that's coming at them. It's all non-biased. It's going to be random.
You wouldn't tell us shit.
Right? And we're on a
No one knows.
We're on a point system. Person with the most points at the end of the game wins. Zip. Okay? And AJ's in charge of tallying the points. So
Let us know what the sounds
yeah, so every time someone gets a point, AJ, okay, well, give me a different one. Yeah, okay, let's do that. All right, guys, so let's just fucking jump in. Anyone want to say anything before we get started? Any intro? Anyone want to say anything?
Yeah, I have a quick thing. So, in honor of the Masters being this week, the number one golf tournament in the professional league sports of the PGA.
Let's hear about that lanyard.
I had the privilege of going in 2016 to the Masters on Sunday when Danny Willett won. Jordan Spieth was ahead by 5 strokes with 3 holes left. He decided to go in the water a few times, and I ended up getting a triple or quadruple bogey on the hole. Danny Willett came in hot. Who is Danny Willett, you ask? Great question. I don't know either, but he won it. Either way, I did get the chance to get Chris Carter's autograph with a little Hall of Fame action in here. So, shout out to the Masters. Back to the pod.
Anyone else?
No, we're ready.
All right, guys, let's go. Let's start the game show. All right. Question.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. Zoom into the shirt.
45? Is that 45?
So now we got Trump here.
Papa.
We got Trump here with the legendary Nelk Boys. A lot of legends in this pick.
A lot of
legends. A lot of full senders.
Definitely people we look up to for sure. Okay, question number 1. Let's get to business. One of you is going to win, one of you is going to lose, and someone's going to pay the price. All right. Question number 1. CryptoBoys podcast. We had to start with a crypto question. Who created Bitcoin, and what's their story?
I'm ready. So as far as we know, Satoshi Nakamoto, as long as I said that right, he started... Nakamoto, thank you. He started crypto back, 2009, 10, around that area as far as I believe. His story now, who the fuck knows where he is? I mean, his wallet hasn't moved. No one knows where his funds have went. That's about all I got for that question, though.
I'd say that's 1 point for John. Anyone else want to touch on it? Give me a little bit more.
Well, still to this day, Satoshi Nakamoto, no one knows who he is. All right, and he did establish it back in 2009. Ever since then, what pretty much got Bitcoin started was the Silk Road. Mm-hmm. The Silk Road was a dark web that people can buy, whether it's narcotics, illegal substances.
The gun.
No, that is how it started.
Technically started the blockchain. the blockchain is something that cryptocurrencies operate on. That's when you get a little more in the depth. But Satoshi Nakamoto did start it back in 2009. Whether he's still alive or not, we don't know. It's amazing.
I'd give a point to Cal. Cal had a different route.
Put some Silk Road in there.
Thank you, Hark. Thank you.
Bam!
Bam!
Ty, can you?
They got it. I don't know what
All right.
I didn't cover that. I don't know.
Sorry, Ty. Sorry.
I'll take
-3. No, I'm kidding. All right. 1-1, Cal and John. Next question. It's gonna be a harder one. What is DeFi?
So DeFi is going to be like the blockchain outside of your Bitcoin. It runs on either Ethereum or it's going to run on your outside smaller coins. That's usually where people go and buy altcoins. You go on there and you buy it from, you can swap on Uniswap, PancakeSwap. That gets a lot more technical when you want to try and buy that type of stuff.
Okay.
That's going to be on the DeFi network.
Okay.
Versus your Bitcoin.
And what would you say? I'll kind of counter this. What would you say DeFi stands for?
Decentralized finance. Decentralized finance.
Cal, another point.
Decentralized finance to me is staking, is decentralized finance wallets. So you can buy specialized altcoins and then go to their websites, which usually end in IO. And that gives you the opportunity to stake on their platform, which means that your funds might be locked up. Every coin does it differently. Personally, for the coins that I'm involved in, it's anywhere from, the VRA, for instance, is 72-hour holding period. But to me, it's staking and yield farming, which we can go more in the depth on. But it's technically, it is decentralized finance, and it allows you to have your money locked up and earn rewards on top of that.
And John, do you want to comment on
Yeah,
that?
so for DeFi, I'd go more around the definition of DeFi. To my understanding, it's more or less you can have an entity of a currency without something else interfering with that entity.
3 points for John. Decentralization.
Yeah, I mean,
Good
that-
answer. No, yeah, and so got 1 point for Cal. I'll give you a point, Ty. I'll give you a point, Ty, because you all covered DeFi, but that is probably the main thing, right? Is
Decentralized.
decentralization, right?
Currency with
So
no
what-
entity holding it.
What is a centralized platform and what's a decentralized platform? It's very important in crypto. It's why Satoshi Nakamoto created Bitcoin, was because he wanted to decentralize things. So many things. If you see Twitter, we see all that right now. So much centralization, too much control. Trump put a fucking YouTube video out on YouTube and it just got fucking deleted. I mean, that's
5 million views in 24 hours.
that's called centralization.
Deleted. Within 24
Centralization.
hours, 5 million views.
Because someone doesn't like it,
Gone.
they get to delete it.
They
Decentralization
control it.
means
They control
it's
it.
up to the
Right.
people.
Quick shout out to Twitter's newest board member, Elon
Yes,
Musk.
yes.
Making
Yes.
a fucking draining the swamp with this fucking centralization.
My boy Elon Musk buying 9.2% of Twitter, becoming the largest shareholder.
Yeah.
Did you see what he tweeted today?
No.
It was a picture of him on Joe Rogan's podcast smoking that joint. He's like, this is gonna be your, this is what it's gonna be like at your latest, the newest board meetings for Twitter.
That's cool.
All right,
He's
so
undefeated.
this
He's
next
undefeated.
question is going to be really fun for me. Me and AJ are going to get a laugh at this. So we'll start with Ty, go to Cal, and then we'll go to John, and whoever has the best pitch wins. And it's very simple, and it probably represents a brand a little bit. We love Jordan Belfort, so I'm going to hand each of you a pen, and you're going to sell me this pen. And whoever fucking kills it, based on me and AJ's, jurisdiction, wins. Ty, you're first. Sell me this pen.
This is
I
fun.
just started thinking of a movie instantly. I don't want to give you the line off the movie. That's cheating.
Well, that'd probably be the best fucking answer before they say it,
Why would
right?
that be the best? You want to
No,
personalize
that's-
Yeah, no, you want to
I want
personalize
to
it.
personalize it.
Sell
I
me
wanna
the
give you
pen.
a movie answer. I'm not giving you.
Sell me the pen.
This pen right here. This is going to be the pen that you want to sign your contracts. You want to hold this pen. You want to feel this pen when you sign something to make $10,000 in one day. You want to know that it comes out of this American-made pen. This metal, this plastic, American factories. Why do I know this? Because I just said it. I'm fucking buying
Just
pens.
said it.
And you had conviction.
Yeah, okay, tell me I'm wrong. You don't have anything to back it.
You want to hear my answer?
Yeah, I want to hear Cal's.
Well, he's over there signing $10,000 checks every day. Why not sign $100,000, $200,000, $300,000? Now I'll sell you this pen, but what you really want is the Mont Blanc pen. Now we'll start off slow. I do want to build a relationship. I'd like to build a relationship, so let's get in the door quick. I'll give you this pen, but what I really want is that Mont Blanc $100,000 to $300,000 pen, and if you really want to go to the next level, I guess we can be signing $1 million checks. I haven't made it there yet, so I don't know what pen they use for that. But the Mont Blancs for the 100K to 300K range. On you, John.
My first question I would ask you, Nick, what has you in the market for a pen to begin with?
I got a piece of paper and I don't have a pen.
Okay, so this pen, doesn't matter what pen it is, the pen is for utility. We're going to use this to write down your dreams, sign those contracts, write down your thoughts.
I don't have a pen. I need a pen.
There you go, come grab your pen. Sold. Sold to the world.
If I wrote you a check for $100,000 today, and I said, take this $100,000, you got to turn it into $1 million in 30 days. Step by step, what are you doing? And you have to, or you die. I don't know what happens, but what would you do?
First of all, it's not realistic to 10x your investment in 30 days.
Okay.
So I'd start off by saying, hey, I'll give you this, or if you allow me to take that $100,000, I would probably diversify, maybe put 50% into crypto,
okay.
50% won't buy much in real estate, but maybe I can get you on a hard money loan to get you around 12 to 15%. But if you want to make if you're looking for 10x gains in 30 days, the only bet right now within this industry, within like the current state of the market, is to put it in a lower cap altcoin that you can't get on Binance or Coinbase or Crypto.com.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
So that's your plan.
I like 10x. Yeah. What we're going to do for 10x here, we're going to go to Femex. We're going to stay for about 4 days straight, popping Addies, just fucking reading charts, figuring out exactly where it's going, exactly what we're doing, and we're dumping our balls into Femex, 100x, and we're making $150,000. Let's go!
We have to turn into $1 million?
10x it, yeah.
Okay, so I would take a different approach. I've always actually wanted to try to do this. So, have you ever seen those promos for Lamborghinis? You buy a little piece of this, you enter a raffle. I would fucking promote the shit out of a fake car that's not really real, a picture of a nice Lambo. I would get a bunch of people to buy into this fucking... Sketchy. It's a little sketchy.
It's a scam.
Get a bunch of people to buy into this raffle. By the time you have the...
you know you're locked up in... Hey, but you did get $1 million.
No. By the time you have the milli, you can go buy the Lambo and keep the profit.
How did you get the milli?
No,
so they all buy into the car?
Yeah, so all that money comes from the raffle people you're promoting on Instagram,
Your
Facebook. And then you take the milli, buy the Lambo, keep the prof.
Okay, so you're saying a big
high risk.
I would give a point.
We got to be high
to
risk.
you. I mean, at least, hey.
I always thought about trying that.
Guess what? A for effort. At least they fucking try with 100.
How do you think these people do it? All these Instagram ads, they just take videos of cars and they promote the shit out of it.
Dumping my balls in Femex.
Now, this is a deeper question, and I want everyone to answer honestly. If you could give your 18-year-old self advice, what would you give them? And what would it be?
Hammer cryptocurrency and just hold.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Hold. HODL. HODL. Put everything in it and hold. Because back in 2015, when I first got into this, I took Ty Lopez's courses. I learned about it. I hammered it like probably $2,000, and I was making money. So I had a couple friends give me money. I started kind of like my own little hedge fund. And I started telling people about it, but then they're like, hey, be careful because of tax implications, and plus you're not registered to be a securities exchange.
Yep.
So I said, okay, so I gave them back their money with addition, probably 20-30%, which is a lot. But I ended up selling because I got scared because I didn't know what it was. 2015, what was that, 6 years ago? I'm 27 now, 21. You're
close.
saying 18.
7 years.
Fuck it. I would hold on for dear life.
What I would say to myself, I would say probably be more resilient, have a little more risk involved. Obviously, when you're that young, even if you have money, you're a little more, because you're not so acknowledged. I would say learn more about crypto, learn more about investing in general, maybe real estate. Just all those things, just have more knowledge. As I do now, I mean, I would be a fucking millionaire if I knew that at 18.
Yeah, I mean, I'd piggyback off of what Johnny just said. You know, learning a lot about finances right away, getting into that. For me personally, getting into sales is probably one of the best things that I've done. So jumping on that, figuring out who I am, what I can do best, getting in on that, and just fuck everybody else. You know, do what you do best and roll with it.
Good answers. Good answers.
You have me a White Claw, Dan.
Good answers. Yeah, let's get Johnny a White Claw.
Down the line.
Thirsty.
Oh,
nice.
look at that.
So we'll kind of, it's kind of similar in a way. So question number 6, tell me about a time you overcame adversity.
Is this a job interview? Fuck. I'm fucking with you. Overcame adversity.
All odds, all cards are stacked against you. You know, things weren't looking good, but you prevailed. You won. Tell me about a time you won.
Fucking day I wake up, baby. I wake up.
And give me. It could be a small moment, it could be a big moment. What is that moment where you remember you woke up and you won, baby, and you went to bed and you felt great.
I have one, but I don't want to keep going first.
Fuck, I mean, I'll go.
Johnny,
Take the stage.
It's probably not the biggest one in my life, but honestly, this podcast, I mean, we first had this little idea, we started it, then we sat down, I figured out how hard this was to, like, do this.
Yeah.
Set all this, I know you guys can't see behind, but there's a lot of shit set up. There's a lot of people involved. And, I mean, we're going to overcome adversity for sure with this, so that's
And there were a lot of, yeah. Well, that's a good answer.
Mine's probably paramedic. I got nationally registered as a paramedic 2 years ago, and that class was probably the hardest fucking thing I've ever done. Between the clinical hours and everything like that, and they beat the shit out of me. And waking up to that fucking email, nationally registered, that was fire, dude. Don't do it anymore, but I would. I'm proud of it.
Biggest face of adversity was my junior year in college when I ended up getting hurt in baseball. I didn't want to, I just lost motivation to keep on playing. I dropped out of college my junior year. It was a really dark year for me. I ended up going back home and kind of trying to figure things out, like as far as like the next steps. Because now, you know, going to school my whole life and now being in the real world, it's a completely different mindset. I ended up meeting up with my best friend at the time, Seth Langston, who I'm still really tight with. Seth still has our business going. We ended up moving out to North Carolina, not knowing a single soul there besides his family. We moved to Wilmington, North Carolina, and we started our own company and just hit the ground running. And then that's basically, you know, for 2 years just straight grinding with a window cleaning and pressure washing company. You know, and just kind of starting completely overtaking everything I learned from my past and just being, no one cares who you were, they care who you are today. So you can be under a rock for 5 straight years grinding, you come out of that rock and you are who you are, you're a great person, you have a great work ethic, you're working hard towards something, people love that.
That's a powerful story.
Yeah,
that's a powerful story. 5 points for Kel. Now, this next one is a 5-point question because I'm going to give you three options. You pick the right answer. Okay. This is for our viewers, just to kind of educate you a little bit.
Get it right. We don't want to
Which tokens are traded on a crypto exchange? Shout when you have the right answer. Whoever has it first says it. ERC 721, ERC 20,
ERC 20.
Ty.
That was close between you two.
You dog. Got it by a millisecond.
5 points for Ty. Very
Even if you don't know,
impressive.
that one sounds
very good. And he needed it. He was down a little bit.
7-10.
He needed them. No, it's a close game now.
Yeah,
okay. So this is a controversial question. Let me see what I want to. Finish the sentence. When buying a crypto asset, you should
Go all in.
I think it's a point for all of them.
Go all in.
Right?
Not financial advice. Not real financial advice.
I said think with your wallet.
No, it's all we're all right.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Do your research. Make sure you know what you're doing.
It's a place we're all in.
What is a smart contract?
Smart contract is on the blockchain, and it is technically every transaction that happens on the blockchain is called a smart contract. So you have, if I send you Bitcoin, that is technically now a smart contract that is on Etherscan, and you're able to see every single transaction that has taken place from that wallet that has gone to a new wallet. That way, that's the whole point of the blockchain, is that everything is transparent. You can't hide anything. You can't have a fake Gucci NFT because people know if that's fake. You can't transfer fake cryptocurrencies or any of that. It's all right then and there on technically a smart contract, which is on the blockchain.
On the other side of that, with smart contracts, they're not tied to any one person's name or anybody's social or anything like that. It's very similar to the DeFi thing, where you can't be contacted because somebody found your smart contract number. I mean, if somebody's smart enough, they can track your IP and shit like that, but they can't find your fucking name off a smart contract, is basically what you're saying.
I know I've done some research, not really in my head, but back when Kevin O'Leary, that's more of his thing. He's making a bunch of money. He's creating his own smart contracts. He wants his coins to be clean, and he wants to make sure he's the one creating that contract for that coin, for his wallet. I don't know the whole backstory behind smart contracts. But.
Okay, so I'm gonna add. So we have a judge dispute, similar to a football game where there needs to be a decision made, right?
To the booth.
So the definition of a smart contract is an artificial intelligent assisted contract, right? So it's an autopilot contract. So for example, Cal's a real estate guy. You got two people that are usually negotiating with contracts and closing deals. Instead of you two talking, the blockchain does it for you on autopilot artificially, just based off terms and conditions that are met on the blockchain. I think you probably all were similar. It's a DeFi, decentralized thing. What do we think? It's an artificial intelligent, it's a robot doing contracts for you. You put in code and it takes care of it for you. What do we think? We want to give everyone a
That's a tough question.
It is a hard
tough question. It's a broad question.
Because it's more definition based for that question.
But I would say it all happens on the blockchain.
So everyone had a point of the answer.
It's a digital document stating the facts of the transaction.
Great. All right, next question. What crypto are you most bullish on and why?
Ethereum. Why? Because Ethereum, for me, it's going to flip Bitcoin. Has a lot more utility than Bitcoin. You can do a lot more stuff with it. Any NFT you buy is going to be based with ETH. You can go on and on, but it's, for me, ETH.
I even think Solana might flip Ethereum in the long haul, just because Ethereum has really high gas fees right now, and I'm not saying that won't change. Vitalik Buterin knows that he has a monopoly on the market, and that all these NFT exchanges are going through Ethereum. So I think Solana, with the low gas fees, they might flip them in the long run. But I'm most bullish on the gaming sector within cryptocurrency. So my favorite coin is VRA. VRA is it operates on the blockchain. They have a proof of view patent that if I were to send my NFTs that you get through gaming. So gaming in itself is a multi-trillion-dollar market.
Huge.
Believe it or not, gamers make more money than NBA players. Mm-hmm. There are more people watching gamers than the NBA and professional sports. Now imagine that. Imagine gamers, they're not getting compensated unless it's through brand deals or winning big tournaments or going on Twitch and streaming. Imagine you playing these games, if you are a gamer, imagine you playing these games and you're earning NFTs while playing these games that are worth something. Now it might not be a lot yet, but it's a brand new sector that they're working hard on. So for me, I like the gaming sector within the cryptocurrency. I'm hammering VRA right now. I'm holding over 10 million shares of it that I got in at 2 cents. So I'm gonna continue to add to my bag. I did just buy 50.
Yeah, he bought 50K at BTC today.
BTC today that I transferred
in honor of the Miami Convention 2022.
Bought bought the dip.
Sure
I bought
you
the dip.
swallowed
I'm going to
it.
hold. I learned in 2015 that I shouldn't have sold. I just hold.
Hold
So I'm
it.
going to continue to buy these dips and hold.
Dave Portnoy
I'm
did
not
that.
selling.
He bought $1 million
I'm not
at
selling.
11K. Remember that?
He
was
sold
talking
it
about
at 12. He sold it for a
at
lot.
12. And then he got back in. And now he's just like, I won't sell these coins until I die because there's just no point. It's just like it's so volatile.
If I had to jump on that one, I would say I'm pretty bullish on anything metaverse right now.
Okay.
So Decentraland, Mana, EMJ.
Made a lot of money on that.
I mean, anything that you're looking at that's metaverse right now is going to be. I mean, that's your crazy money because that's things that like Facebook, Microsoft, these giant companies are dumping money into. That's how you know that it's going straight up when you got these companies worth billions that are putting billions in it.
Great. Yeah, you got great answers. So, next question. What is the main benefit of a dollar pegged coin? USDT, Tether?
It doesn't go up or down.
Yeah, it's a stable
Stable.
coin. Personally, for me, you can buy these altcoins with BTC, but it's nice that even if you want to have like you can buy $50,000 worth of USDT and you're in the cryptocurrency market,
Yeah.
but it's stable. It's not fluctuating like BTC. So if you don't want to buy something and you just want to sit on it, to me, I like sometimes holding Tether, which Tether I'm still sketchy about the amount of liquidity that they have and they can't back it up.
Dude.
A little sketchy for me, but in the meantime, if you do want to get into the cryptocurrency space and you do want to buy something that's stable and then hammer something with the funds that you have, it's nice to put it into USDT because it's stable.
I'll second that one. With USDT, you go look at altcoins, you go look at FMX or something like that, where it's a weird trading site. You almost always have to go to a USDT or a certain stable coin to then transfer it to a Binance or transfer it to something else. You need this type of coin.
I'll debate you.
I wouldn't say you
I'll
need
debate
it.
you, but
wouldn't
I
say you
never-
need it, but I would say it makes it a lot easier. You go into FMX,
Yeah.
and anytime you liquidate your cash on FMX, you go to USDT, and then you go to US cash. And there's a reason for that.
I've never done that. I've
Never done that.
Never.
I'm going to give a point to you too.
Personally, I've never done that.
Because really, I think the main thing for stable coins is really just if you want to park cash, it's just stable.
Yeah.
It's not volatile, right?
Well, I don't know if this is true, but I saw something where they were offering like 6% if you park your money in
Good for them.
USDT.
Well, if you like yield farming,
Yeah, because
I don't
I mean
know
your
enough about
banks
yield farming
your banks
to-
are doing this and that. Maybe I don't know if it's true. I didn't really dig deep, but if you put your money in USDT, they pay you like 4% or something,
okay.
They do,
which
they
is a
do-
lot more than your bank.
There are a lot.
I'd
of
rather
them that
stake
have
my VRA
crazy
for
APYs.
18.5% and get paid out daily.
Yeah, no. Cal's making a killing.
I think
on
these
VRA.
guys. I think these guys are paying Cal promotion fees or
They
something.
are.
He's been ripping this VRA up.
I'm balls deep in VRA. I love VRA.
This is- so-
Veracity is an amazing company.
This is an open-ended question, and we'll just see who has the best answer. Should the very wealthy pay more in taxes, and why?
I think it should be a staggered system. I mean, yes, but I don't think you should be paying it on your overall value. If you make 19 million, I don't think you should be taxed on the 19 million. I think you should be taxed all the way up to that 19 million, if that makes sense. So like your 15 to 20 million is taxed at a different rate than your 1 to 15 million versus your 100,000 to 500,000. You know what I mean? Every sector that you go up should be incremented so that you're not fucking the people lower than you. But at the same time, if you're making $100 billion a year, you don't even know what to fucking spend it on.
Personally, I don't give a fuck. I mean, if you want to win, someone else has to lose. If we're in that position, we're not going to go say we need to pay more in tax. Who gives a fuck? It is what it is. What are you going to do?
Personally, I do give a fuck. I paid $375,000 in taxes in 2020. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I do think that the wealthier should pay more in taxes, but you have to think if you're making, say, $10 million and you're taxed at a 36% tax rate, that's $3.6 million, right?
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's a lot of money. Comparatively to 36% at
lot
even $1 million,
Just give
which
back.
is 360
Yeah.
grand.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You know, so they
of
do
money.
pay a lot in taxes. There are a lot of tax incentives,
Yeah.
which I do like tax incentives because in order to get those tax incentives, you have to give back.
Well, real estate.
Whether it's through donations,
Yeah.
whether it's through capital improvements to make your company better, which in the long run, yes, you do end up making more money off that, but you're also like for me in real estate, the way I avoid paying a lot of tax is I make capital improvements to the properties. And when I make those capital improvements to the properties, not only do I benefit from it, but my tenants benefit from it because they're the ones living in the property, so it's a win-win. So I love those. I love tax incentives.
2 points to Cal.
I love tax
Good
incentives,
answer.
but I also I paid a lot of tax, which it's going to the current administration. Not a
Great
huge
answer.
fan of the current
Yeah.
administration.
For the
I
shirt.
don't know
For the
if they're-
shirt.
It's
I don't
giving
know
away
where
the
they're putting
smartphones
it, but it is what it is.
No, I think that
Gotta
was
pay to
a
play.
very educational answer. Let's got a couple of AJ's questions here. Biggest financial loss, and how did you deal with it mentally?
Mine's not going to touch Cal's, but there was one weekend I went out to Arizona and I think it was like 16 grand in one weekend. I was just sitting by the pool, just fucking running FedEx, and then I'm watching the chart. I'm about to get on the airplane. I forget to set my stop loss, and I'm balls deep with like fucking. I think it was like 12 grand. It was most of the pot on there. And I go balls in, I get off the plane, and I get the liquidation notification. Oh,
We've all been there.
As soon as I get done with
not a fun
vacation,
game
liquidated
I would hope the
12
plane
grand.
crashed.
Oh, that one hurt a little bit.
Whoa.
Yeah, that one stung. But you
All
get back
praise
on the
Ty
horse.
Harper. Jeez, please give the guy some love.
Yeah, I'll drop my
Christ.
Venmo down there. You guys,
Venmo in the
Send him
comments.
$5 for a McDouble, please.
get back on the horse and make some more fucking money. The
Right,
day's
right.
young.
Good. So that's how you handle it mentally. You got
That's
back on the horse.
That's it.
And
And
you
don't
kept going.
chase your losses. Never chase your fucking
Good advice.
losses.
Good advice.
Because
Don't
if
chase
I
it.
were to lost 12 grand on that Femex thing, I could have easily gone back on there and tried to double down with 10 grand and lost.
It's called chasing the dragon.
Don't chase that. Very easy mistake to make.
Yeah, I'd say my biggest loss was probably anywhere from like 5 to 10 grand. But like the accumulation of 1 year, like I don't get caught up on the day to day. Oh, and I did get hacked. That was a huge loss.
I thought you were gonna
okay,
talk
so
Hold on, I was like, I
Yeah.
did 10 grand,
I
didn't
was
you?
waiting for him to break the hack. That's
So-
what I was like. Mine's like a
and this
No,
is
and you-
relevant. This is relevant.
Didn't
so
you
I'll
say you
talk about
lost
this.
like you lost like 6 figures in one day, didn't you?
I've lost over 100 grand in one day. Yeah.
Well, then 5 to 6 gold.
Okay, so what?
This
but
might
we
be a
can-
deduction.
We can talk. Yeah, give me an deduction. I guess we can talk about that.
Take his fucking points away. I'm gonna shoot him.
5 to 6 grand.
What the fuck?
5 to 6 grand to 100 grand.
I was going to say I lost $1 million
All right, so
overnight.
You sound like me.
So let him finish,
You guys want me
because he
to-
could get 2
okay.
points if he finishes good.
Okay, so
Yeah.
do you want me to talk about how my NFTs were stolen?
Yes, we wanna
or
hear
do you
that.
want to talk
Yes.
about how I lost 100 grand in
NFT.
one day in the stock
Whatever you
market?
want to say.
We talked about the stock market already, like episode 2. Let's do the NFT one.
Yeah, so NFTs. I had a sandbox NFT worth $13,000. I had 10. They call them Mason Faceless designer NFTs. It was a designer brand within the metaverse. I had 10 of those at around, I think it was like $600 or $700 per NFT. So that's 7 grand, 13. That's 20 grand right there. And I also had what other one did I have?
You had land pots.
That was a sandbox.
Oh, was it?
That was a sandbox. I had another NFT. I try not to think about it, man. I don't like looking at it.
Yeah, it's gone. I mean.
It is what it is. But I did have. It was around 25 grand worth of NFTs. I ended up giving out my seed phase. So I had it on MetaMask. MetaMask allows for you to have a password, and then even if you lose that password, you still have a seed phase that you can still get into your MetaMask. My dumbass, ended up giving my seed phase out online. Long story with that as well, but it was the last day of 2021. So I went into New Year's, had a good time New Year's, woke up that morning of 2022 and checked my MetaMask account, and all of my NFTs were gone. The guy that I gave it to on Twitter, we were messaging back and forth. I was trying to play like to keep it calm, like I could have like bitched at him. I was keeping it calm, like, bro, can you please give me back my NFTs? And he's sending me screenshots of my NFTs saying they're safe. Just send me more money and I'll give them to you. He wanted, I think it was like $2 or $3 grand. He wanted me to send him more money for the NFTs worth 20 grand.
That makes sense.
Basically told him to fuck off.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? This is gonna come back.
Yeah.
It's an L. It's a learning lesson. I took a 25K hit.
Let's give him a point back.
I learned a lot from it. I
Break
learned a lot from it that no matter what you do not give out your seed phase. Whether you're staking it in a wallet or staking it in a MetaMask account or on an exchange that requires it, just don't give it out. It's not a move, and they'll take that from you. It is on the blockchain. I'm not saying that I might be able to get it back, but as of right now, I'm
Probably not.
maybe 1% chance that I get it back. I'm not caught up on it. It is what it is. I paid 25 grand for a learning lesson. It's better than another year of college paying 30 grand.
Right. Yeah. No, good question. Yeah, good point.
So,
Mine was probably, I don't know, probably 12 to 15 grand. Just this was my main trading portfolio. I was actually up really big. I was up probably 30, and then I was being stupid with options. Some of it came from BBIG, some from the SPY. I mean, just being greedy from winning so much, and you just like keep chasing. So what I did, in my trading account, I don't know, I put a big chunk of it. I put like 12 grand on CEI when it was under $1. And I rode it to like $3.90 or $4, and I made like 25 grand back. So it was fine. I made more than I lost, but that was my biggest loss. Just
Yeah. I mean, I think they're all valid answers. I mean,
it's all part of the business.
and I've had very similar situations. I mean, my biggest loss probably like I think 42 G's, and freaking wanted to jump. I mean, and it was similar. I was up a lot, and then on FEMAX or whatever, and then lost like 22 G's, and I was like, okay, hold on, and like chased
get
it,
this back, yeah.
chased it, and then just got into a deeper hole, and it was like, what the fuck? Like, so you don't like you lose in a stock, you lose in a crypto, turn your phone off.
Yeah, walk
Turn
away.
your phone off.
Take a break.
Yes.
Take a break. There's going to be another trade. There's going to be another day. There's going to be another opportunity. And if I can give anyone advice, it's that. Because when you run out of capital, you're out of the game.
Ain't nothing, yeah.
Name of the game, keep your cash, protect your cash. Don't bet it all. You know what? So very good questions, very good answers from everyone, seriously.
Good question.
Yeah.
Good question.
This is a fun one. Thoughts on Elon Musk and the whole Twitter situation?
Love it.
Absolutely.
Huge.
Love it.
Major.
Yeah. The one thing that I don't like about it is the Fed stepping in and capping him at 14.9 on that. They stepped in the day after that it was announced that he owns 9.6% or something like that.
Yeah, it's
and they step in and
9.2.
they cap him at like fucking 14.9.
Are they really?
Yeah.
No, I heard that was
came out the
a
next
problem
day.
with the share count that was delivered. Though.
Yeah, the
I heard that was
SEC
a
comes
problem.
out the next day
Like
and
an
they're
issue.
like, hey, we're
Mistake.
capping you at this much percent because otherwise they consider it a monopoly thing where the fact that he's owning this much of Tesla, this much of the SpaceX and Twitter.
As he
worry
should.
about that,
I mean-
which I think is fucking bullshit.
When you're a boss, you're a boss.
Elon will continue to fight for the American citizens.
100%.
He owns 9.2%, which is 1% of his net worth. You have SpaceX that maybe you guys don't even know about, worth $400 billion. It's a private company, so we don't even know, but it's at least $400 million.
A private literal
He is
space-
going to, and you have to think with Twitter is a very liberal exchange. You have to think Trump is off it. You have to think that it's a very left-wing, and that goes with a lot of media. The media, liberals, they want to control you.
They'll probably take this off YouTube.
We
just
live
as
in
idiots.
the best country in the world, in a free country.
We wanna-
The only free country still standing, and Elon's fighting. He's not even from America. He's from South Africa. And he's in America fighting for the American citizens and for you. I love it. I love that he did that. He's the largest shareholder of Twitter, and he's going to be making some changes.
We can
I
actually
love
say
it.
that an African American is the highest shareholder and the highest board member.
Well, here, I don't know if you guys have looked recently, but his net worth is over $300 billion right now.
Really?
Yes.
300 bill.
Yes. After Twitter, he's over 300 bills.
And he's renting. He sold 6 of his homes.
He's living in a small house.
He's not even staying in a house he owns.
I don't know if it was a real picture or not, but I saw him. I'm posting on Facebook on Mark Zuckerberg's post.
Can I buy Facebook? He will. Eventually, he will do something.
Or Facebook will go to shit.
He deserves it how smart he is.
Do you know he just had his
Facebook
8th
will
kid?
go to shit.
Yeah.
Now they're trying to enter the metaverse with now you're in augmented reality.
Yeah.
Think about it, they're trying to control you right now. Now you're in augmented reality.
Yeah.
You think you trust?
And their fucking reality looks like
Meta's for the birds.
Facebook's metaverse looks like it's a fucking Bitmoji. It looks ridiculous. You're
Yeah.
telling me that Call of Duty can do this shit on a PS5 and make it look as real as
Mark Zuckerberg's Illuminati.
$400
100% he's an alien, I
company
think.
can't do shit.
I think
It's
he's not
confirmed Mark Zuckerberg is Illuminati.
Go smoke some meats,
Yeah.
you fucking
I'm good
weirdo.
on that.
You ever seen that video? I'm gonna go smoke some meats.
So
Mark Zuckerberg said that?
So weird.
we're running out of
weird
questions
dude.
here, and
Weird dude.
This was
wanna
great,
let
though.
you guys know, let us know if you like this kind of segment.
Do a part 2.
It's been fun.
Maybe.
We'll probably do a part 2.
Give us a.
I'll give you
Give
kind
us
of
an
a last
FFL.
question, and then we'll probably shoot the shit for 10 minutes.
AJ, give us an FMK. I wanted that one in here.
What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, Mary Kill.
Mary Kill.
So that
Yeah.
that's
I wanted
actually
to
what I
fuck
had.
We'll
written
end it.
down.
We'll end it on that.
That's what I had it. No,
Is that what you were looking at?
I got one before the fuck Mary Kill.
Okay.
So you guys got to stay tuned for the. So how do you feel
I'm
about
liking this
How do you
camera.
feel about athletes taking salaries in Bitcoin? Give me your.
athletes.
I love it, dude, but I don't know about the tax implications that go with that. So
I
I'm
like
still.
that. I like that approach.
I love it that they're being activists within the space with their platforms, but you have to think there are tax implications
Huge.
by receiving that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's still kind of a gray area for me, but I think it's a huge step within the cryptocurrency space.
Yeah, did you see the Antonio Brown thing? I mean, not that it matters now short term, but they did an evaluation on his salary, took it all in Bitcoin. He only got paid like 15 grand for the whole season in Bitcoin.
You got fun.
Because they gave it to him at like 60 G's, crashed a little bit, he paid 50% tax. They hit him 50% tax on that.
When he
You
bought it.
Yeah, you lose half of it.
Give John 2
I mean,
points. That's very important.
so
But
it's-
if you don't sell it,
wow.
But that's
But
the
it's still your-
issue
it's still
that
your
I have
salary.
with this is you're taking these 100 million or whatever your million contract is for that year. Do you get to choose when you buy in then? Whereas
No.
you're
Right.
I
or
think
is
as
it-
soon
or
as
is
you
it the
get it,
fucking
as
I think
soon
when
as
it's
you get
signed-
it goes right into
Or is
it.
it,
Yeah.
or is it the Green Bay Packers now get to decide that I'm buying this at 75,000 versus
Yeah,
11,000?
we're gonna wait to see it and see. Yeah, how's it all
That's
work?
my
I think it
issue.
happens right
Very
away.
interesting.
I think
Very
you're better off
interesting.
just getting your salary and just putting some in Bitcoin yourself.
And honestly, if I could ask
Why
for
take
it,
it?
I would put it in something smart, like
Yeah,
USD
no.
Tether. And,
I don't see the
You
benefit.
think Aaron Rodgers and all those guys doing it, like Tom Brady, like they have the best attorneys and they have the best
Oh, dude.
financial advice.
They're
They
making
have
more-
agents that know probably
Yes.
a lot more than we do.
Yeah, exactly.
They know what
You
they're
probably
doing.
also have FTX, Coinbase, and people.
They're just
giving
paying
extra
them.
money.
They're
Yeah.
paying them. Yeah,
They're
it's a
making
promo.
more
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
to pump it up.
It's a
So
promo.
like,
Yeah.
it
We don't
probably
even
all
know.
evens out for 'em and
It's a
makes it-
promo.
it
Yeah,
makes it a
which
little bit more.
huge shout out to Cash App for being an activist within
Yeah.
the space too.
Dude,
They've
Aaron
been
Rodgers gave me
stepping up.
$150.
What was that Super Bowl
I got
commercial?
150 from his ass.
What's the credit card that you have? The Super Bowl commercial. The
Oh, I have
Crypto.com.
Crypto.com. Yeah. they've
Yo,
been in it.
I didn't bring my wallet.
Crypto.com.
Yeah, so I have a-
We can clip the one he has and the benefits.
Yeah, I have a Crypto.com card.
Cash App being it. All these different websites that are jumping in and being advocates for this crypto world is huge, especially these athletes coming up that people looking up to. It's amazing that these guys are stepping up and doing this on such a large platform like Twitter and everything like that, where these people are getting this exposure.
Yeah. No, I woke up today. I realized, man, 27. Didn't realize it's almost gonna be 2023. So I've been in crypto since fucking 2017. And probably a lot of people were longer than me, but time fucking flies in this space, and it's so new. And every day there's so much new news, and it's so exciting. And
Every day.
seriously, all you have to do is buy a little bit. And don't do anything, don't invest what you can't afford to lose. But it starts with that. I got started by putting $300 on Coinbase, fell in love, realized that it had a lot of potential, and now I'm here, 6 years later, and I'm still in love with it. I wake up every day.
It's an awesome space to be in
It's,
there.
it's a cool space to be in. You meet so many great people. It's informative, it's educational, it's productive. It's like, we're all learning constantly, we're trying to improve the future, and that's what we're here to do.
And also, I gotta say something too. This administration has been very bearish on cryptocurrency. Within the last few weeks, Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, has been more bullish. Biden has been more bullish. So this administration is starting to come around, and right now they're the ones that are making the rules. So do you want to get in when it is rocketing, right? And also, Robinhood just came out today saying that the #1 transaction right now that's circulating the most on Robinhood's platform, which maybe I'm sure a lot of you guys use.
It's big. It's the biggest, probably.
Is Bitcoin.
Wow.
Bitcoin is. Think about all the stocks that Robinhood has, and Bitcoin is the #1 with the highest volume.
They have wallets.
So now I want to make this a little interesting. Let's all get into a little debate because you know me, I'm a Bitcoin maxi. So let's switch it up a little bit. This just came to my head. We can delete it if we don't like it. Why any other crypto other than Bitcoin?
Ethereum over Bitcoin any day of the week.
Okay. Why?
Only reason is because of the utilities that Ethereum has right now. Yeah, and I would counter that with exactly what Cal said earlier with the Solana, and the issue that Ethereum's having right now is gas prices and the cost that it actually has, or the cost that it costs to just use Ethereum is insane.
AJ gets to decide the points for this.
You know, we're looking.
You all get a chance.
We're looking at Bitcoin, which I mean, you can buy stuff with Bitcoin. You can buy. You go and look at your NFTs. You look at this metaverse and all these other things that you want to buy stuff with on the cryptocurrency verse. That's all going to come off of Ethereum right now. So I mean, in the near future, I see Ethereum passing Bitcoin.
It's a powerful coin.
I agree with that, but you have to go back to the use case for Bitcoin. The Bitcoin maxis, the OGs in the space, love Bitcoin so much because they want it to be the world reserve currency. Right now, the American dollar, the fiat currency for the whole entire world, the reserve currency is the American dollar.
We're close to losing that because of Biden's fuck fan, though.
Well, right. China's coming in hot. China's coming in hot. I wouldn't be surprised in the next 5 years that China, the yen is the world currency, the reserve currency. But Bitcoin right now cannot be used as the #1 currency because every time that you send it or receive it, it actually does take a while. So if you're at the local grocery store and you're trying to pay with Bitcoin, they don't receive it right then and there like they do with the Visa card.
The price might change.
Right? So and that goes with time. Right now, that's how it is. So that's why I don't think that it can be the #1 currency. I do love Bitcoin. It is the father, and right now there is no departing of so when Bitcoin goes up, everything else follows. And you'll notice that the more you follow cryptocurrencies, when Bitcoin goes down 5%, those altcoins, Ethereum, everything goes down 10, 15%.
Yeah.
So it's a very tight knit right now. I'd like a decoupling to where no matter what Bitcoin does, these other companies will do its own thing, which that'll go within the next 5. I mean, maybe sooner than 5 years, but right now we're still out on that.
My big thing, I mean, obviously, everyone knows Bitcoin is the highest priced. It's the daddy. It's the mother.
For now.
I don't know if anything's gonna flip it. It might. The reason I sometimes think it's not is because how much when anybody talks about centralizing it a little bit, everyone talks. They don't talk about Ethereum on the news. They talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, a lot of it's Bitcoin to me. Bitcoin's expensive. Now you can buy portions of it, but we all want one Bitcoin. You know what I mean? And it's not something you can just go on Coinbase as a starter and say I'm buying 50 G's worth of Bitcoin. You can if you have the money, but it's kind of unattractive to some people because of the price. In my opinion.
I agree.
Good. So great answer. Can I go?
That's the reason why you see stock splits too.
Yeah.
Apple
It's expensive.
And all these other places,
They want people to buy.
that people are intrigued to buy.
Fuck, marry, kill, tie, go. You just get to choose your.
No, I need 3 people. You can't tell me.
You want me?
Come out.
Okay, they want me to.
Not people we know, just like famous people.
No, it can't be.
Anybody.
Celebrities?
Do celebrities because people are watching this.
Do you have a fuck, marry, kill?
Talking about,
I'm not. I'm off.
Let's
save it.
I won't be.
Let's do the outro. Let's do the outro.
All right, we'll do the outro.
I don't even have. I want.
We got a lot of good content on.
This is great.
This was good.
This was huge, guys.
This was fun.
You want to come sit
Great.
on my lap, Kelly, for this outro? That'd be kind of funny. Hey, Cal's camera, bro.
Cal's
You
camera
guys
is
all killed
fried.
it. Everyone had like straight like
I think
everyone.
that was-
I
I think
thought
that
we would
was
stump
really
them.
good.
No one got stumped. Everyone had I was surprised with Ty with the ERC 20. He was like on it.
That one sounds the best, even if you don't know. ERC 20 sounds better than ERC 7.
That was like the best. That'll be a TikTok, dude.
I'm like,
That was
I don't know,
good.
I fuck around
Him
with
and Cal were
all kinds,
close.
though, so
It was a
that's
You
close
were
call.
close.
Him and Cal were
I
close.
thought Cal was gonna get that because he's been
Yeah,
doing a lot of like
He's been
ERC
digging around.
20 and shit.
it's like,
Okay, let's do the outro. Cal doesn't even have a
I
camera.
was jumping out.
His
Of
camera's
I don't
fried.
have a camera.
His phone fried.
We'll have to
Smoking.
go back
Come
to.
sit on my lap. We'll do the outro together.
Yeah, no, yeah, get in Ty's
Make a
camera.
little,
All right.
little family feud.
Oh!
There she goes.
That's a good camera
Phone's trying to
shot.
suck my dick.
Oh,
All right.
somebody suck me. I watched season 1 of Dave. Very, very funny show. I don't know if you guys have watched that. Oh, there we go.
All right, guys. So game show. Oh no, we have
Oh, we're
to.
here for the
Who's
outro.
the winner? All right, guys. So hold on. All right, guys. Game show's over. One winner. Rest are losers. AJ, do you have the results? Perfect.
Drum roll.
Wow, really? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present to you the winner, Ty Harper.
Yeah, somebody suck me.
I didn't see it.
See
Wow.
that coming. How much you pay this?
Wow. Good work, Ty Harper.
Thank you. Thank you. I still feel like Taylor Swift owes me
Paper doesn't lie. Very nice work, AJ. Great guy. Great job,
Who got
guys.
last? We didn't know who got last.
Who'd I beat?
Who did? Second. Wow, okay. Second is Cal. Last is John.
That's fucked.
Wow.
I don't believe that's true. We need a recount.
No, there will be a part 2. There will be a part 2. They're going to come for their redemption. And honestly, I would jump in the seat next episode. I want to jump in the seat. Maybe Ty. I think for part 2, Ty hops in my seat and I'll hop in.
We'll call it a win.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Let's do that.
We'll call it a
Next
winner,
pod, we'll do
so we can
part
see
2. Ty and AJ get to decide all the questions, and I'll be
I think
I'll
at
be
one
with
point I got
John
like
and
10
Cal.
points. Where did those
Cal's
points go?
Cal's camera busted. We decided to do the outro together.
He was in charge of all the points.
Fuck Daddy. Hey, this is why he's number 1, man.
That's it, baby.
It was fun. Good
Look
time.
at
Who's that guy from SpongeBob? Swiggy Wiggleman Jensen. That's why he was number 1.
any guy that comes in with a leprechaun suit, he's prepared to
Be
win.
careful with that. Yeah. I just
Last
don't know.
week you should.
Never loses.
Yeah,
No,
no,
that's the
let,
last episode.
What is this, a sperm cell?
Oh, this is my cornicello, baby.
good work, Ty. Good work.
Okay.
All fair love is war.
I seriously, I thought it was going to be you or Cal. Because
Thank you, guys.
I thought I was.
He was digging that
Thank you guys
butt.
for watching us. Because you got to try it out.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. See you next episode. Peace.
Peace, boys.